Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview, October 29th, 2014 on a Wednesday, hump day as we call it in the United States, and welcome coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Rainy, thunderstorms, not a pretty day outside, my friends, not at all. Looks like the only sunshine we're going to find is in my office. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday, and I'm your moderator through the market opening preview every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, just remember with the time changes that happened last week in London and coming up this week, we have time changes in the United States. This is coming to almost 6 hours before the London Open. So please realize that we're looking at 1 hour charts, and there's 5 candles possibly before we actually hit the open. So please be careful when you're watching this, reading the charts, and make sure everything lines up. Traders, I started trading in 2006. 2008, I retired from a wonderful career as a public safety officer in the great state of Florida. Traders, got on a big airplane 9 days later, came over to Thailand for a 3-month holiday to celebrate my 27-year career. And traders, today, October 27th, I am still in Thailand. What a great place to retire. I trade the Forex market every single day. It doesn't necessarily mean I take a trade every day, but I'm in the markets. I'm watching fundamentals. I'm watching patterns. I'm watching charts. I'm looking for that opportunity. And traders, I have to tell you, I truly enjoy talking with you every single trading day. Traders, let's get over to the legal stuff. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Most of all, traders, do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. Let's get over to the news and calendar and commentary, and let's talk what's happened. Let's look at how the U.S. closed. Looks like a lot of green to me. The Dow 30 closed up 1.12%. The S&P 500 closed up 1.19%. And the NASDAQ closed up 1.50%, with the Russell 2000 closing up 2.86%. Wow, that is wonderful. Let's take a look over at the European side. And all green. The DAX is up 1.86%. The FTSE 100 is up 0.61%, with the CAC 40 up at 0.39%, and the Eurostock 50 is up 1.34%. Traders, let's move over on our way over to Asia. These markets are currently trading. The Nikkei 225 is currently up 1.43%, with the S&P ASX 200 out of Sydney is down just barely at 0.06%, with the Shanghai in positive at 0.33%, and the Hang Seng is also in the green at 1.01%. Ending this, the Kospi is also in the green at 1.19%. Traders, let's take a look at the economic calendar today. Got some stuff going on in New York. I know that, if I remember straight. However, early today, we had some New Zealand news. It doesn't look like it affected the charts. We'll see that when you look at the charts. They had ANZ business confidence, and there was no forecast at all, so there's nothing there. And looking into the London session, traders, I have to tell you, the only thing, and it's a medium impact, is German 10-year Bund auction, and that is it as far as London goes. Very, very quiet in London. Actually, I'm looking into the New York session, and I have to tell you, there is nothing there also. However, let's hit the tomorrow button, because if I'm not mistaken, there is, yes. Okay, so we have an FOMC statement which comes out at, that's going to be 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 1 a.m. in the morning my time. That's a big one. And at 4 p.m., which is, I'm sorry, that's going to be, it's 4 in the morning for me. 3 in the morning. For me, it's 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You have interest rate decision out of New Zealand, and then a rate statement. I don't think they're going to do anything about that. So that's what's going on early in the wee hours of the morning in my side of the world. So the biggest thing is that we have an FOMC statement coming out at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I will not be around for that. That's the middle of the night for me, for traders. I have to sleep sometime. All right, let's get over to the Forex 60-minute charts. And as usually, let's start with the euro dollar. Traders, don't get fooled with this. This is still bearish. The euro is still bearish. I think this was data that made this happen yesterday. There was some euro data out of Switzerland, I think, had some data come out, and it ended up coming out positive, if I am not mistaken. So I'm expecting this to come back down. I don't expect this to come up. However, if it takes out that red wick, at the top of that trend line, you could look at a retest and then take it to the upside. I'm really not interested in buying the euro dollar. I'd like to see this come back to the 200 exponential moving average at 1.2700 would be a great spot, and then we could just take this down to 2680, say. We'll take that down to previous support, and that really looks good at like 90, somewhere around there. We could take that down. It's about that price level. But I'm bearish in the euro dollar. However, we must trade what's in front of us. And what's in front of us it's bullish. It's above the 200 exponential moving average on this hourly chart. However, the daily chart is extremely, extremely bullish. Let's head over to the Great British Pound. The Great British Pound, again, is bullish. We're in the sweet spot right now. And unfortunately, that we have a long time. We have, almost 6 hours before the London Open. So we're going to get 6 candles. Hopefully they all go sideways and we can just take our entry and head up. You can see we have 2 profit-taking areas. Those are areas of resistance. And also, of course, my favorite profit-taking area is the 161.8 Fibonacci level at 1.6233. The stop loss has to be where the stop loss needs to be, and that needs to be at 60.90. And I know that's a pretty big stop loss, but you never know, and it's better, we can always move the stop loss as we get into profit and get to a break-even spot, and we'll get that stop moved. But it looks like a really nice trade plan. Hopefully it works out. We'll see what happens at the London Open. Here's the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar is bullish. Absolutely was unbelievable yesterday. Did a great trade and just absolutely bullish. So we need this to pull back. We want to pull back to this 50% fib at 0.8830 area. Is that going to happen? Probably not. You'll be lucky if this pulls back to the 618. And if it does pull back to the 618, you know what? You get a bullish candlestick formation, grab it and run. You don't necessarily have to wait for my signal to go long. Come back to the 618. Everybody works off the 618. Trust me, my friends, you and me are not the only ones that are looking at this chart. So if we get back to that 618 and I see a bullish candlestick formation, I'm in it. Cannot take it now, though, because we're too close to resistance, and that would just not be worth the risk. All right, moving on. The Euro Aussie. Wow, this thing made a turnaround. Now, all of a sudden, it's bearish. It's below the 200 exponential moving average. We do need a great pullback on this. This has to come back to the 50% at about the 43.99 area, 4,400 area. This needs to pull back, and then we could take this down to 1.4358, which would be a nice 40 pip trade. However, we cannot enter it now. We cannot even think about entering this without a pullback. The Euro Aussie has got to give us a pullback so we can get into this safely. If it breaks support and gives us a retest, then that is now resistance, and we can sell that. Remember that we sell at resistance and we buy at support. Let's take a look at the Euro Yen. The Euro Yen right now is at resistance, and it's pretty strong resistance. So nothing to do here except wait for the pullback. Again, the 618 or the 50, I put it at the 137.27 area. We need this to pull back. This is only an hourly chart, but it has got to pull back. We do not want to take this long from this area here. So we need a pullback. If it comes back to the 618, you know what? I'll take it. Love to get up to that 1618. That would be beautiful. We can get out of the trade at 138.31. That would be an awesome, awesome trade. Let's see what happens. If it breaks resistance, traders, and you get a closed candlestick, I don't think I would wait for the retest. I think I would just take it and place your stop at the 61.8 Fibonacci level. But if this breaks this, I would go for it. I'd take this. This looks pretty good, to tell you the truth. Pretty impressed with this Euro-Yen trade setup. All right, let's take a look at our last pair of the day. This is New Zealand dollar. This thing is all over the place. Traders, I don't know what to tell you. I looked at yesterday's chart, what we had, and it was a horror show. And now we're above the 200 exponential moving average. This is bearish. If you look at a daily chart, this is so bearish, it's unbelievable. The problem is it's at support, and it's going up and down and all around, and it just can't make a decision. I think this is news that popped that big blue candle, and now it looks like it's trying to wiggle its way down. It broke the, when I took the slide, it broke the trend line. I don't trust that for 1 second. I'm sure not going to trade off of that. Again, we have close to 6 hours, 5.5 hours before the London Open. So you know what? I'm going to wait and hang out and see what happens. If I have to go bullish, I want it back down to the 200 exponential moving average. I prefer a close below the 200 exponential moving average, and we'll just short this thing down to previous support. And you would have to work that out depending on how this thing closes below the 200 and see how that works. Just be careful with this New Zealand dollar. I'm not quite sure what's going on with it. I know why we have that big blue candle. We had data come out. That's right. I told you about that. We did. We had data came out. We had ANZ business confidence come out. But previous was 13.4 and it came out at 26.5. So that's probably why we got this big blue candle. So on that note, this might continue to the upside. This might carry over into London. So we might end up with a buy in the New Zealand dollar. We'll have to see how that works and see how strong the dollar is once we get to the London Open. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends, FXCL, Excellence in Trading, I'd like to thank you for joining me on this Wednesday, rainy, cloudy, thunderstorm day in Pattaya, Thailand. Forget the beaches, forget the gazebo, I don't know, forget even going outside. The only sunshine, like I said, is going to be in my office today as I'm looking for opportunities to make some profits. Traders, I wish you the best day, and remember, I will see you tomorrow before the London Open. Traders, take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.